Yeah, good morning, friends, and all traders out there, and welcome to the session. So let's start. We follow a plan, and a plan says let's first have a look at what's happened around the globe before our market opens. So for that, we go to investing.com. That's the most reliable website which gives the data. So in US, there's a job report today. So some volatility expected in the global markets, specifically the US markets. And let's go and check where Dow closed last, the S&P and the Nasdaq, and what's Asia doing. Yeah, it's taking some time. Now it's open. So yesterday the S&P closed in negative, Dow in positive, and Nasdaq was with a big decline. So keep a watch on your tech stock for a dip today. Tech stocks are showing weakness. If you are following us on a Substack, we have covered them. More or less flat. Nikkei 300 point, I would say more or less flat or mildly uptick. Bovespa Brazil, which is again part of the emerging market, is minus 522 points. So the global cues are mixed. No big indication out there as to the markets. Let's go and check what the SGX is doing right now. See, this is not exactly give us this trade, but see, as a trader, you need to have a thoughts and perception. In Hindi, we say market खुलने से पहले माहौल क्या है. So that mahal part in English we call it thoughts and perception. So what's the thoughts and perception of a trader before the market opens? That we are doing it right now, right? So the global markets showed us it's a mix out there. So let me check the GIFT Nifty futures. On the GIFT Nifty side, it's mildly positive uptick plus 100 points. And that's what we are seeing. Even yesterday, Nifty gapped up, hanged around there, and cooled off. So if anybody is regular visitor or attending the sessions, we have clearly outlined there was a huge open interest build-up in 26,000 call option. So yesterday market did not cross. So that's now we'll have to track the current week expiry. That was the last week expiry. How many of you followed that? I said keep a watch on that. Then we go to Nifty. So on the Nifty, if you can see that markets are stretching. So if I blow up this candle, this is what we call a spinning top. Spinning top means if you see the tail of the candle, which is the lower part from open to close, this is 58, 54 points, and this is also close to 54 points. So spinning top means the closing is midway in between the high and the low range for the day. So spinning top says that be prepared for a volatility within this range, which is this candle, right? And break of this can see a move, but as a trader be aware of it that any uptick from here on is going to take us into an overbought zone when we measure it with Bollinger Band. This is two standard deviation from the middle band, so somewhere around 26 to 26,072 markets looked to stretch in the short term. So that was on the Nifty part of it. So likely to trade within yesterday's high-low range are going to be a reliable support and resistance levels for today because of the spinning top formation. And even if it breaks, it could be a minor dip. So, and typical of a market, as long as it's trending up, which means it has not violated any supports, a typical tendency of the market is to come and test the previous day's high. But getting overbought, we are not seeing a big upswing out there. Again, if I go to previous day's high, this is the spinning tops high, and this is the low. So likely to trade within this range. Let's see which side it breaks. So as a trader, prepare your plan with respect to previous day's high low. Even if it dips down, there's a gap here. And if you can see, there was enough time market spent in consolidation over here, which is this range. So this act as a support, even if the day's low break, which is approximately around 25,861. So it would be 60 points from the current close. More or less, you see, once markets are sideways, Your support and resistance levels based on intraday swing lows and a highs or a consolidation down and up act as a very, very reliable support and resistance. On the upside, I'll take this high. Even yesterday, when market did spike up, this acted as a resistance. Till we don't get break of the either levels, let's be prepared and plan this trading range. Right? And the upside, even if this high is taken out, be aware of your daily Bollinger Band, which is running at or around 2672. So there is a range expansion. I would put it around here. So that's the trader's range going forward for the day. Now let's go and have a check on Bank Nifty. And intraday, can I plot my Bollinger Band on a 50? Absolutely, you can. So see the range bound day. But right now, you can say there's a squeeze on the Bollinger Bands. Squeeze means it has to break either up or down, which means it has to test either the support at 25. Yeah, Harpreet, thanks, buddy, for giving a thumbs up. Are the sessions helpful? So 25, 858 and 25, I would put it at 26. So this range has to break today, fine, because of the squeeze. Squeeze means bands coming together. If you notice over here, there was a squeeze. The squeeze resolved in favor of buyers and prices spiked up. Okay. So again, we are having a squeeze on the Bollinger Bands. So that's the markets for us today as far as Nifty is concerned. Uh, the plan for the day is keep a watch on today's high low itself. The spinning top creates a big range, and you will trade volatile within the range plus or minus 25 points on the upside or 25 points on the downside. And I'll read out the disclaimer. This is for educational and informational purpose and does not constitute any financial advice. Let's now go to the Bank Nifty part. In the Bank Nifty also, the gap up opening is now taking a shape of a intraday consolidation, if you see. Yesterday also market opened gapped up but went into the consolidation. So a strong gap up is not seeing a follow up demand or buying, but rather markets are stagnating. This is happening on account of the sharp swing on account of the news flow or the event, or you can say that Trump and tariff things did had a strong opening. Post that we have, and the move was very, very fast. If you can see over here, the upper end of the Bollinger Band, I repeat, is 2 standard deviation from the middle band, which makes market overbought when it reaches there. Every time market went into overbought zone, there were knee-jerk reactions or a corrective decline. So we are right now hanging around at or around the overbought zone, even on the Nifty. And the way we had a spinning top on Nifty, in Bank Nifty, again you are having an inside day. Inside day means if you see yesterday's price action was within the previous day's price action. So what indication it gives? It gives an indication of indecision. Everybody is in a wait and watch mode. So indecision मतलब सब सोच रहे हैं यहाँ पे ऊपर जाएगा यहाँ से कि नीचे जाएगा, उसको हम indecision बोलते हैं. So traders are stuck into what we call a mindset of indecision. So everybody is just following the markets on an intraday basis because an overbought markets and after a gap up not moving up, it's quite likely that indecision do comes in. So inside day means let it break. See, the best way to study charts is like right now we are have inside day. Go and find out previously when you had an inside day and what price action did. Previously अगर 2 दिन बाद देखते हैं, ये भी एक inside day था. Fine. So market जो था यहाँ पे ये 2 रेंज के बीच में ट्रेड किया. And then you had a minor dip in an inside day and then there's an uptake. So inside days are not big reversal. It can come, but right now it's showing intraday. It just dips down and cools up. So let's see whether this inside day again makes it dip down or makes it dip a shade higher. Till that point of time, uh, markets are likely to trade within a very range, but intraday choppiness is there. Intraday, what you call the dips are there, the spikes on the upside is there. So that sort of a behavioral pattern will be noticed in price. That's what the daily candles are showing, and that's what the overall setup in context of daily charts are showing. Fine. So that's the inside day for Nifty. Sorry, Bank Nifty. Now, as a day trader, you can go to your 15 minutes charts. And 15 minutes charts, if you see, yesterday's price action was this low. It gapped up and it is hanging. Fine. This is today's price action. And mark a high over here. Getting my point? So, as a trader, I'm focused on this part. Let's see whether it's breaking this and there's a dip on the upside or a downside. Upside more or less around 60,800 to me looks good enough for matured level. Right? So that's Nifty, both the frontline index, this is Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, are stuck in a band. You will see those spikes up and down throughout the day. And that's how markets are positioned. So opening on 12th, we have closed on an indecision, and the spikes, I wouldn't call this a volatility, I would call it more of a drift, right? Which is it went up, cooled off. So a range gets defined in context of previous day's high low, take into account last 2 to 3 days of a high low, and market goes in for a gyrations of a movement. So as a trader, pick up your lows, pick up your highs for your trades. And if I go and check the open interest position, I'll go to my platform, which is Stocko Incred Money Insta Option. This is where I realize from my options data. Let it open, friends. Give it a minute. So both in the indices, which is Nifty and Bank Nifty, see the PCR is saying that there is more put writing. So if I go to Nifty, if I go to my OI statistics, if you see this tall bar, the OI in the put is 6.66 crores and the call is 6.47 crores. So that's where the range is getting defined, because it's giving support every 100 150 points dip and resistance every 100 and 150 points rise, and PCR is more than 1. Right? So there are more put writers right now. And on the OI distribution side, let me go and check it out. So the maximum call writing is happening at or around 26,000 levels, where market has currently closed. So that's ATM strike and quite obvious for the straddle traders. And on the put side, if you can see, since the series has just started, it's just a reference and an indication. As 2 days before the expiry, more or less, the open interest gives us a decision making. So if you can see right now, it's 25,500, where the maximum OI on the put is, and the call is 26,500. So from the midpoint, it's 1,000 points range. So we can't make out much indication as far as OI distribution is concerned. Just taking support and resistance, 100 to 150 points from the previous day's close. And on the Bank Nifty, showing with a similar picture, there is a more Bank Nifty is 1.34 and 1.35 crores in the call and the put. So this brings again the PCR more or less 1. So that says that markets are in for range bound movements with intraday spikes up and down. Bank Nifty, if we see, it's like from the close, typically it moves. We can see a 500 points range up and down. Nifty, it could be 150 up and down, so it's 300 points. So likely to remain so markets. Okay. And friends, those who have not subscribed, see daily we are doing a weekly and a daily technical note on this. So you can go to Stocko Incred Money. Right. Okay. And that's our Substack channel. So we have IPO and the daily note I'm trying to find out, and I'll give you the link. So this will keep you updated with what's happening around the markets. And these are the two very, very well structured notes which we release on a daily basis. So this is trading with Stocko and a head start. I would always suggest you go read it, and you'll come better prepared in the markets. So if you want, I'll just put this. You can subscribe to it. It's for you only, to help you plan a better. So we cover Nifty, Bank Nifty along with the FNO data, which is open interest and the PCR. In the weekly note, we cover elaborate, including global markets, gold, silver, and stocks also. So the two: open interest build up, long OI in call, long OI input. Then we had yesterday Punawala Securities, the stock did spike up. So I have put the link over here. Make sure you do subscribe over there and stay updated along with it. So that's the market for us today, friends. A range bound, choppy markets. The range defined within yesterday's high low breaks could create a 50-point spike up down in Nifty or 100 points in Bank Nifty. And we are likely to trade on those lines today. So before ending the session, I'll read the disclaimer. This is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute a financial advice. Thanks. Have a nice day.